Have you ever noticed how some people would rather struggle alone than ask for the smallest favor? Here's the psychology behind people who absolutely hate asking for help, even when they really need it. They grew up believing that asking for help makes them a burden. Many people learn this early. Maybe they were told to handle it yourself, or they grew up around adults who made them feel guilty for needing support. Over time, the brain forms a pattern. Independence equals safety. So even when help is available, they avoid it to protect themselves from rejection, judgment, or disappointment. They feel safer staying in control. People who avoid asking for help often have high self-monitoring and a strong need for control. When they rely on someone else, they can't predict the outcome, and that uncertainty triggers anxiety. Psychologists call this intolerance of vulnerability. They'd rather take on too much than risk depending on someone who might let them down. They tie their self-worth to their self-sufficiency. For these people, doing everything alone feels like proof of competence. It's a quiet form of perfectionism. They don't want others to see their weak spots, so they push themselves harder, even when it hurts. In their mind, asking for help equals failure, a belief rooted in something called the competence schema, where self-worth is measured by performance. They fear being misunderstood or judged. This is where social comparison and cognitive bias come in. They assume others will think less of them, even when that's not true. The spotlight effect makes them believe everyone is paying attention to their flaws, so they stay silent, overthink everything, and convince themselves it's better not to ask at all. They've been let down before, and their brain remembers. Psychology shows that negative social experiences create strong emotional memories. If someone once ignored them, mocked them, or used their vulnerability against them, the brain stores it as a warning. So in adulthood, they avoid asking for help to prevent repeating that pain. It's self-protection disguised as independence. Here's the takeaway. People who hate asking for help aren't weak or distant. They're usually the ones who've learned to survive alone. But real strength isn't carrying everything by yourself. It's knowing when to let someone in. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe for more psychology made simple.